So Rick Perry, mainly known as a buffoon, he was the governor of Texas, and he seemed to have broken the stupidity record of George W. Bush, another former governor of Texas. He ran for president twice for a combined 3.5 seconds. He mainly embarrassed himself in 2012 and 2016 so thoroughly that he had to drop out before people remembered that he even ran. So almost certainly his most famous moment was when he could not remember all the different departments that he would pulverize if he were to ever get into power. Now, the one he forgot is the one that's going to be very, very relevant here. But you remember this famous clip.
The third agency of government, yeah. I would do away with the education, commerce, and let's see. I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
That was in 2012. That was the famous oops moment. Well, the third department that he wanted to destroy was the Department of Energy. News today is that Trump has appointed him to be the Secretary of Energy. And this one's not a joke. Totally serious. So this child that basically got to be governor of Texas because he told his donors, what do you need? You need less regulations, drill everywhere you want? Sure. Just give me some donations. What do you need? For-profit colleges, charter schools, loosening regulations on finance. What do you need? You need lower taxes? I'll give you everything you want. See, they don't even want him to be that smart. The donors just need someone incompetent enough to go, okay, I will sign the letter that you printed out for me. That's Rick Perry. He's now going to be the head of the Department of Energy, which, by the way, also controls our nukes. Now, of course, the President and Secretary of Defense have a lot to say about whether they're launched, but I wouldn't want this buffoon anywhere near nukes. Okay, so now good news is that some of the other candidates were worse that they were considering. So Perry was reportedly chosen over Ray Washburne, an energy investor and top fundraiser for Trump's campaign. So the couple of choices were energy investor or the guy who wants to get rid of the energy department altogether. Okay, energy investor would have a tremendous conflict of interest running the Department of Energy. But actually Trump picked someone even worse because this guy wants to obliterate the department, and he's not the only one. So he put somebody in charge of the EPA who sued the EPA and wants to get rid of the EPA. And he's done that on several different fronts, including now the Department of Energy. The Department of Education is going to be led by Betsy DeVos, who thinks that we should not do public education, we should do private education. They're going to obliterate every part of government. So the only good news is, maybe all the pressure we put on about, hey, stop putting your donors on your cabinet, maybe it worked a little bit. So sign that petition, tytnetwork.com/stop. That petition, that leads you to a petition where you say, stop putting the donors in your cabinet. Now, he's not doing it because he's like, oh my God, TYT viewers are too strong. I will now back away. No, what it does is it creates a little bit of buzz around, hey, this seems like it's corruption. And then they're going to want to respond and go, no, it's not corruption. No, I didn't put the donor on. You see, I didn't put Washburne on. Don't get me wrong. The guy he put on is arguably worse. You're not going to get any good choices out of Donald Trump. But at least you're shining a light on the corruption that clearly exists within the Trump administration. Okay. Now, Rick Perry and is Rick Perry part of the corruption? Oh, wait till you get to the end of the story. But before I get there, let me show you what Rick Perry has said about Donald Trump before. He has called him, quote, a cancer on conservatism. Oops. You're now working for that cancer. He said he wasn't my first choice, wasn't my second choice, but he's the people's choice. So now, again, Rick Perry briefly ran in 2016 as well. He was one of the first guys to drop out. And then after he dropped out, he said all this stuff about Trump. In fact, when he gave a speech at the RNC, the idiot had left up on his website a giant headline about how Trump was a cancer. Okay, they just don't need him to be that smart. All they need to do for him to come in and press the delete button. Department of Energy, delete, okay? So they did not have good relationships before, but apparently since Perry's on the right team, he got the nod anyway. So which team is that? Let's find out. Perry, who also briefly pursued a 2016 presidential run, serves on the board of directors of Energy Transfer Partners. the company involved with the controversial Dakota Access Pipeline. Of course. Trump, who has owned shares in the company, said that he would push for the pipeline's completion. Now we get it. So that pipeline, according to Trump and his donors and his backers, are going to get built. So you need to put one of our guys who has deeply invested, in fact, helped run the company, put him as the head of the Department of Energy. Jesus. Okay, now, in case Rick Perry was not efficiently incentivized, understand that in the past he has gotten $107,000 in cash and $255,000 in stock awards from that same company for serving on their board. So the corruption continues, but we're not done yet. Energy Transfer Partners also gave Rick Perry's campaign and super PAC $1,518,000 and a little bit more, and $500 on top. Okay, so $1.5 million from Energy Transfer Partners to Rick Perry. You're our boy. Do as you're told. Oh, great, you're out of office now. Now you're on our board, and here's some direct cash you put into your pocket. So one is legalized bribery, the other one is unofficial bribery. Now, these aren't illegal. That's the amazing part. And then, oh, great, Trump won, and he's invested in us, and Energy Transfer Partners donated a ton of money to Donald Trump and his super PACs too. Great, hey, our boys in government, go do our bidding. Trump, you'll put Rick as the head of energy. And Trump goes, yes, sir. Because Trump does work for someone. He works for his donors. So if you thought he was any different, I got bad news for you. He is the swamp. The way you drain the swamp is you don't put all your hope into a politician, right wing or left wing. Certainly not Hillary Clinton, certainly not Donald Trump. No, you fix the system. The way you fix the system is to get an amendment saying, you cannot privately finance our elections. Because if you privately finance elections, these guys work for private interests. The guys who bribe them, that's who they work for. Do whatever you got to do. If you want to join another group, go join another group. But Wolfpack has 35,000 volunteers across the country. And we're going to get that amendment. And we're going to get money out of politics. We're going to reform elections. Wolf-pack.com. Right now they're doing a drive, wolf-pack.com/revolution. Go join right now. Do whatever you can. Donate your time, donate your money, donate whatever you got so that you can say, hey, I was part of the solution. I didn't just sit back and watch Rick Perry, Donald Trump, Energy Transfer Partners, and all these guys ruin our government and ruin our democracy. Be part of the answer. Wolf-pack.com/revolution, because an amendment is the revolution. The Young Turks isn't just us. It's also you guys. You make this show possible. And we want to thank you for it. And we want to grow together. We want to be too strong. TYTnetwork.com/join. Let's do it.